Hi there, it's Mark Carlson here. So this week's video, why have you got sabotaging patterns? How can you find them? And then how can you heal them? Come on in. Sabotaging patterns. We've all got them, right? There's those things that we do that don't work, and we tend to do them again and again, or at least I certainly have done them again and again until I understood what was actually going on. So the first thing to recognize, the most important part for the sake of healing, is to recognize that you came here with a pattern. It's just for the sake of healing, even if you don't believe that you incarnate again and again. Just imagine, for the sake of healing, that you chose the pattern that you came in for. This will really help you if you look at it this way. So you came here and you have a sabotaging pattern inside as a means to get you to discover your greatness. Right now, why would you do that? Why don't you just come down having the greatness already? Well, the soul often comes here to learn something. So if I want to learn how to be worthy, then I'm going to come here not worthy, right? If I want to come here and learn how to love myself, I'm going to come here not loving myself. If I want to learn how to be confident, I'm going to come here not being confident. So that's why the whole thing's set up that way. And as I said, you don't need to believe that you actually set it up before you came, but for the sake of healing, it's a really powerful thing to do. So you look at the insecurity, the sabotaging pattern, as your guidance system's way of getting your attention to something within yourself. Because your guidance system knows that if you will look at that thing that's creating this sabotaging pattern from the unconscious, if you'll have a look at it, things will get better and you'll expand and you'll find things about yourself that you didn't know. You may find new talents, you may find new abilities, you might find a new area of life that you want to go toward. You'll discover yourself and you'll heal whatever the soul wanted you to discover. So how do you find your sabotaging pattern? Well, that's the easy thing. You just look at what's not going well in your life. Now, what we usually do when we are immature, or when we're coming from an immature consciousness, that's not relevant to age, by the way. We can be in an immature consciousness when we're old age. But when we're in immature consciousness, we blame the situation for the way we are, or for the results that have happened, not recognizing that we are creating reality by what we think regularly and then the actions we take following those thoughts. So we're responsible for the actions that we take always. And so if things are not working, it's because of the habitual actions that we're taking. So to find a sabotaging pattern, just look at what's not working regularly. There's your sabotaging pattern. And then you ask the question, what must I believe for me to be experiencing this? Right? So I'm working on the premise that I'm creating reality. Right? So if I'm creating reality and reality showing up in a particular area that I don't like, then my question has to be, what must I believe for me to be experiencing this? And then I ask the belief, well, if I didn't love myself, well, that would show up that way for sure. If I wasn't valuing myself, that would show up. If I wasn't respecting myself, that would show up, right? So that's finding the sabotaging pattern. That's the easy part. And then healing it, it's still quite easy. Here's the great thing about it. You see, what normally happens when we find a sabotaging pattern is that we judge ourselves for having it. Oh God, I've done it again. I can't believe I've done that again. And again and again and again. And the time between it might go longer, but if the sabotaging pattern isn't healed, you'll just keep playing it. You might change jobs, change relationship, change status, change geography. You might change many things, but if the sabotaging pattern's still in there, you'll just keep creating the same thing over and over again. So you change it by taking the judgment of it and revering it. Remember what I said? The sabotaging pattern is there to help you discover greater potentials within you. They're hidden in the sabotaging pattern. That's where they are, right? So healing the sabotaging pattern will enable you to find greater potentials within yourself. So it's nothing to judge, it's something to revere. So this is how you revere it. You look and you say, say that again. You look and you say, what have I developed because of this sabotaging pattern? You see, if you're doing a lack of self-worth, then to overcome that feeling of not being worthy, you'll excel in certain areas. You'll be trying to be worthy. You might have intuitive skills to communicate with people in a way that makes you feel worthy. You might be able to intuit the way that they need to be told. Now, it's an inauthentic way, but you're developing intuition. You might excel in certain areas, or you might want to keep learning things because you're not feeling worthy. So you do things and you create a character and a personality based on the insecurity you're trying to overcome. And some of those things that you'll create in your personality and character will be really great things. And that's how you revere the pattern. You say, because of that pattern, what's great about me? What have I developed that's great about me because of this insecurity or because of this sabotaging pattern? And you look at it and you say, gosh, because of that, I'm way better and I've developed these skills now. Now, when you start to look at the sabotaging pattern that way, you've got to be aware of the fact that you've got it. So you've got to find it first, as I mentioned. But once you've got that awareness of the pattern and you start looking at it from a place of reverence, which will be completely different from where you used to look at it from, then everything starts to change. That's how you heal it. That's how you use your sabotaging pattern. You're going to find diamonds in it, and that's how you heal it, by revering it. Have an absolutely fantastic day when you watch this, and I look forward to talking to you again next time. Thank you.